Here's Jack Otter from Barron's.
Hi, Ralph. I was a little surprised at the numbers when you cited John McCain versus Romney and Bush. Now, obviously, Bush, his religion was kind of worn on his sleeve, so we knew about that. Romney was a little quieter about it. But McCain's character was so strong that people at all ends of the political spectrum, I think, really respected that man. Trump, I think that's tougher to make that argument with. How important is it to your coalition? How important is character? How does Trump improve his character standing, and how important is it given McCain's not so great showing?
Well, I think in the case of John McCain, I think unfortunately a sinking tide lowered all boats. In other words, you know, if you remember the financial collapse, which sadly we all had to go through, and that 1,000-point drop in the Dow and the other things that happened leading into the closing weeks of that campaign, you know, he underperformed among a lot of constituencies, including this one. The other thing is, you know, Barack Obama was a new, fresh talent in 2008, and you have to give Obama credit. He made a real play at this constituency. He held private meetings with evangelical leaders, including Franklin Graham, among others, Bill Hybels, a major evangelical megachurch pastor out of Chicago. He gave a faith speech before a center-left faith organization and said his faith was important to him. So he made a real effort there. I don't see that right now out of the Hillary Clinton campaign. I think another thing you know, I'm giving some unsolicited advice to the Trump campaign this morning, but another thing that I would do, honestly, is I would get the children out there more. They've done a lot of that, but I think if there are questions about him, you know, I first began to really reassess my prior opinion of Donald Trump about 7 years ago when I was at an event where I shared a table at a function with Ivanka Trump and her then fiance.
Yeah, she's very impressive.
I'm the father of two daughters, by the way, and I got up from that table and I said, whatever I thought about Donald Trump before tonight, I'm going to have to rethink it, because Ivanka is one of the most impressive, most generous, you know, least, you know, arrogant persons I've ever met. She's gracious,
for some
charming,
reason, she
bright.
hasn't been out there. She did just give birth, so that was one reason. But I thought maybe he was holding her back until sort of the general election, but we'll see about that. But you're right, the children are certainly impressive and are talked about in that regard often.
But on this issue, Maria, of somebody's private character, the acorn does not fall far from the tree. You can't believe that someone doesn't have the kind of character to lead when they have raised children of that caliber, all of whom, by the way, adore their father, all of whom are in business with him. And they're very good surrogates for him. All
right, we'll be watching the event. Ralph Reed, good to see you, sir. Thanks very much. We'll talk with you soon.